Hey everyone, it's Alyce and I'm here with July's book birthday party. So we've got a bit of a bigger list for you this month than we had last month. I think last month was around 30 books. I have no idea how many we've got today. I've got a feeling it's over 60 based off of how long it took me to do it. I will I will try and remember to add them all up and put them in the title when this video goes live, so you'll probably know, even if I don't. But these are the books that are coming out over the next 4 weeks. So as always, I will try and let you know if it's part of a series or if it's a well-known author who has another book coming out. I'll try and give you the context for that. And if I miss your most anticipated book of the month or any books that you're really, really pumped about, please leave them down in the comments because I am just one person and Goodreads is not the most easy to navigate. So it's quite easy for some of these to slip through the net and I don't always get all of them. So yeah, if there's anything that I've missed that you are excited about, please feel free to celebrate it down below and make sure to reach out to any of these authors on their release dates to celebrate on social media with them so that they get their own little book birthday party. So without further ado, here we go. On July the 1st we have We Met by Camille Baker, The Mixtape by Brittany Cherry, The 7-Day Switch by Kelly Harms, and Song of the Forever Rains by E.J. Mello, which is the first book in the Musai series. On the 6th of July, we have Any Way the Wind Blows by Rainbow Rowell. This is the third and final book in the Simon Snow series, which started with Carry On. We have The Bone Code by Kathy REICHS, which is the 20th book in the Temperance Brennan series. This is the book series that inspired the TV show Bones. So if you haven't heard of this series, you will have heard of that show. But 20 books? That's mad! We have The Girl in the Headlines by Hannah Jane. Half Sick of Shadows by Laura Sebastian, who is the author of Ash Princess. This is an adult Arthurian retelling, which looks really awesome. If You Then Me by Yvonne Woon. Yvonne Woon is the author of the Dead Beautiful trilogy. I think this is her first book outside of that series, so it's her first book in quite a little while. It Ends in Fire by Andrew Schwartz. Andrew Schwartz is the author of the Royal Bastards trilogy. The Queen Will Betray You by Sarah Henning. This is the sequel to The Princess Will Save You, and is the second and final book in the Kingdoms of Sand and Sky duology. Rain by Cora Carmack. This is the third book in the Stormheart series, which started with Raw. Rise to the Sun by Leah Johnson. Leah Johnson is the author of You Should See Me in a Crown, which came out last year. And Six Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lynn, which is the first book in a duology and is Elizabeth Lynn's second series following Spin the Dawn. Unravel the Dusk, Spin the Dawn. Yeah. And we also have Where It All Lands by Jenny Wexler. On the 13th of July, we have All These Warriors by Amy Tintera. This is the sequel to All These Monsters and the second book in the Monsters duology. A Psalm for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers. This is the first book in the Monk and Robot series. The Final Girls Support Group by Grady Hendrix, which I am so excited about. Flash Fire by TJ Klune, which is the sequel to The Extraordinaries. It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey, which is the first book in a new series. The Mythic Coda Rose by Jessica Nisley. Radha and Jai's Recipe for Romance by Nisha Sharma. The Rehearsals by Annette Christie. The Right Side of Reckless by Whitney D. Granderson. Such a Quiet Place by Megan Miranda. The Taking of Jake Livingston by Ryan Douglas. The Therapist by B.A. Paris. Up All Night, which is an anthology edited by Laura Silverman, and it includes short stories from Brandy Colbert, Kathleen Glasgow, Maureen Gu, Karen M. McManus, Tiffany D. Jackson, Amanda Joy, Nina LaCour, and more. When We Were Strangers by Alex Richards. Wings of Shadow by Nikki Powd-Preto, which is the third and final book in the Crown of Feathers series. And XOXO by Axie O. On the 20th of July, we have The Book of Accidents by Chuck Wendig. Cast in Secrets and Shadows by Andrea Robertson, who was formerly known as Andrea Kramer. This is the sequel to Forged in Fire and Stars and is the second book in the Lawsmith series. A graphic novel, which is The Dire Days of Willow Weep Manor. This is by Shannon K. Garrity and is illustrated by Christopher J. Baldwin. False Witness by Karen Slaughter. Isn't It Bromantic by Lissa K. Adams, which is the fourth book in the Bromance Book Club series. Red Wolf by Rachel Vincent, which, how many wolf books are coming out at the moment? We've got, For the Wolf, we've got The Wolf and the Woodsman. I am living for this wolf resurgence. The River Has Teeth by Erica Waters, who is the author of Ghost Wood Song. She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. This is the first book in the Radiant Emperor series. These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan, which is the first book in a series. Untethered by Caitlin Flanders, which is the sequel to Shielded. And You and Me at the End of the World by Brianna Bourne. On the 22nd of July, we have Afterlove by Tanya Byrne. And on the 27th of July, we have Gods and Monsters by Shelby Mahurin, which is the third and final book in the Serpent and Dove series. Not a Happy Family by Shari Lapina, Small Favours by Erin A. Craig, who is the author of House of Salt and Sorrow, and They'll Never Catch Us by Jessica Goodman. So there's a decent amount of books coming out this month, and again, there's a very wide variety. So you've got some graphic novels, you've got some YA, you've got some thrillers, you've got some romances. Like, there's definitely something for everybody coming out every single month, and I am sorry that I can't collaborate all of them together, but here is my offering for you. So if you liked this video, please give it a like. We do post book birthday party videos every single month. I will link the playlist down in the description, so if you have missed any of the book birthday parties and would like to see some other books that have been released in 2021, you are more than welcome to check those out. If you'd like to subscribe, we would be super duper grateful. We do post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, so we will have another video up for you within the next couple of days, depending on when this goes up. I mean, either way, it's only a couple of days away, so we will see you again soon. Bye! It Ends in Fire by Andrew Schwartz. Andrew Schwartz is the author. Let's try that again. The Queen Will Betray You by Sarah Henning. This is the sequel to The Princess Saves Herself. No, The Princess Will Save You, not The Princess Saves Herself. And we also have Where It All Ends by Jenny Wexler. Lands. Like, I am living for this wolf resurgence. Jazz hands.